Only me, guys. Just thought I'd start the story about when I met Sir Paul McCartney, um, which is, thinking about it, probably the most famous person I've ever met. Um, if I just give you a bit of back history about the Beatles and McCartney and all that's band, my mum basically paved the way for the Beatles and many other groups. In fact, my mum actually preceded the Beatles, as in popular TV music shows. My Mum and the Vernon's Girls was already sort of famous. They were performing along with a guy called Billy Fury, who's also from Liverpool. Obviously Cliff Richard, Marty Wilde. And then what happened was with Cliff, I'll do that in another video. I'll stick to the Sir Paul McCartney. And anyway, like, it was obvious to me that Sir Paul McCartney's heard of my mum's music and her band. Obviously, they're coming from Liverpool. Not that I've ever met the guy, not that I was planning to meet him or anything. It was totally random. Anyway, the year, guys, the year is 2009, I believe. It's Christmas, and I'm working at Winter Wonderland in Buwater in Kent, and I was car park security. Basically, just sat there with my radio, pointing cars here, there, and wherever. And we had VIP guests. Some of the guests I met: Ray Parlour, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice. Quite a few people I met. Anyway, I'm at work this morning. It's snowing. I believe it is. Could even be Christmas Eve. It could even be Christmas Eve 2009. Anyway, the boss of the actual whole thing, not my boss, Brett, but sort of the boss of Brett kind of thing, he came up to me, said, "Are you all ready to greet our guest, Phil?" I've gone, "Yeah, who's that then?" "No worries, he's gone, Sir Paul McCartney." He's gone, "You got to get him through this door here, Phil." And I've gone, my mind's blown, guys. As soon as he said that, all I thought about was, wow, he's going to know my mum if I mention my mum's band to him. And obviously I've never been in a position like that. I've spoken to Kim Wilde's mum and various other Kim Wilde and other people. Sam Brown, who did stop. Joe Brown's daughter. I've spoken to all them, but obviously Paul McCartney is a different league, isn't he? But anyway, I'm sort of gathering my thoughts, trying to get my head round, and I'm working out. And where I'm standing, I thought I'm the first one that's going to greet him. I thought, oh no, here we go. But anyway, this big black sort of, like a people carrier, come along. What I will just say, I'm just going to butt in there and say about Peter Andre, right? Hats off to Peter Andre. I see Katie Price come up, right? And she sat in the Range Rover, and Peter Andre sorted all the kids out. He sorted them all out, mate. It's like she was not even there. But anyway, that's Katie Price for you. Back on to Sir Paul McCartney. Anyway, the black car stopped. The windows come down. I've sort of peered in. I've gone, "Hello, mate. How you doing?" He's gone, "All right, lad. How are you?" I've gone, "I'm not too bad, thank you." I've gone, "I've just got to ask you something, Paul." He said, "What's that then?" I said, "Have you heard of the Vernon's Girls from Liverpool?" He said, "Of course I have, lad." I said, "My mother was one of them." I said her name. I said, "Where she come from?" Do you want to know what, guys? He stopped the car. He got out the car, and he shook my hand, and he was just ever so nice. He was ever so nice. And got back in the car, and I was just blown away. Like, blown away. And anyway, I put him where he needed to be. And it just blew me away. And that's probably going to live with me to my dying days. That is. Do you know what I mean? But obviously they've all got the Liverpool connection, you see. And my mum was on pop groups, the first ones that was ever on TV, which were basically the 6-5 Special show and the Oh Boy show TV shows in the 50s. Before that, you didn't really have no rock and roll music. You had skiffle music. If anyone knows what skiffle music is, please comment in the comments, because I'd be interested to know who actually knows what skiffle music is. Obviously I do, but do you? Just curious. But yeah, that's my meeting with Sir Paul McCartney, which I must say, one of the treasured memories that I've got. I'm just making a coffee, guys. Just bear with me. Look for me spoon. Yeah, 2009 when I met Sir Paul McCartney, and he had his little kid. He had his little kid in the back with the like au pair, like nanny. But as soon as I said who my mum was, he jumped straight out of the car. And I was ushering him to where he needed to be, right? And the governor come out, and there's all these old ladies. Hello, Sir Paul. I'll tell you what, the old governor of the place was trying to pull him in to get him into where he needed to be, and he weren't having none of it, mate. Paul McCartney, he was shaking everyone's hand, everything. Lovely geezer. I've got to say, lovely geezer. Do you know what I mean? Don't believe what you read in the papers. You have to believe what you know. Do you know what I mean? That's all I know is nice geezer. Ray Parlour, another one. He was all right. But to be honest, Paul McCartney, just the tops, really. There weren't a lot that was going to fucking cream that off at the top. Do you know what I mean? I'll probably take that to the grave with me, that one. Do you know what I mean? I very much doubt that I can top that off. There's probably only one other thing, but he's not alive, which is Nat King Cole. In the 50s, Nat King Cole come over and handpicked my mum out. My mum performed with him. I've got a single that my mum sang with Nat King Cole. It was obviously massive. Saying that, Sir Paul ain't bad, is he? He ain't done too bad there. Anyway, that's when I met Sir Paul McCartney, guys. Whatever you're doing, have a good one. We all live in the Yellow Submarine.